Hi, everybody. I am Arielle Silver. I am an East Coaster now living on the West Coast, and I am delighted to be a part of NERFA this year from my little she shed in my Los Angeles backyard. Big thank yous to Ron Olesko for having me be a part of the Folk Music Notebook Showcase and all the folks at NERFA who have kept the fires burning in these strange times that we've been living in. I'm going to start off with a new song of mine written pretty recently, inspired by my childhood home in New Jersey. It was a mountainside community. We had a lake behind the house, and we had wild blackberries growing in the forest around our home. My mom would go out and pick those blackberries despite the thorns and try to wrangle them into something sweet for our dessert. Later on in my 20s, I spent a lot of time at Pine Woods Camp in Plymouth, Massachusetts, where Country Dance and Song Society does a lot of their programming. And we would make pies, 25 pies at a time, for the folks that would come through the retreat over the course of the summer programming. This is a song called Bramble Vine that was inspired by both of those. Blackberries grew in the thicket north of our yard. In summer we'd pick 'em and come home with stickers and thorns in our arms. Some hours later, when supper was plated and served, barely remember the pain for the pleasure that went into making dessert. And some kinds of loves like that, sweetness buried in a thorny patch, bramble vine, heating time for my heart from those scraps, making pie from scratch. There's some kinds of loves like that. Someone once showed me the best way to work with the dough. Just a few presses, you crimp down the edges, then squeak the old oven door closed. Finding a balance to strike between efforts and ease requires some practice, a delicate lattice you learn it degree by degree. Some kinds of loves like that, sweetness buried in a thorny patch, bramble vine, heating time for my heart from the scraps, like making pie from scratch. Some kinds of loves like that. Ooh, 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 and some kinds of loves like that, sweetness buried in a thorny patch, bramble vine, heating time for my heart from the scraps, like making pie from scratch. Some kinds of loves like that. One of the strange and beautiful things that has come out of the pandemic for me is that my sweetheart, who also teaches yoga, and I created an online yoga studio during this time. This next song is inspired by that word that we say in Sanskrit at the end of most yoga classes, namaste, which means the light in me sees the light in you. I was thinking about an ex of mine, an old relationship that had not ended well, and for years I had felt bitter about it. But when I sat down to write the song, I was thinking, there is still that light in the other person, and I can see that now after those post-relationship days of darkness. So this song is called You Were Light. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Stood out in the cold, the end of an old year. A sprinkling of snow, a noisemaker blown. Your face reflected gold and red. You lit your cigarette, and for a second you were late, and I could navigate your sky, steer through 1,000 storied miles, sail through miracles and trials. We never saw spring, you never stopped drinking. I searched in the dark, stayed looking too long. I saw your spark and thought of stars that shine 10 billion years. 'Cause for a second you were late, and I could navigate your sky, steer through 1,000 storied miles, sail through miracles and trials. Uncharted waters clear, all of our faults and fractured nights were beautified. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You were light. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I saw your spark and thought of stars that shine 10 billion years. 'Cause for a second you were light, and I could navigate your sky, steer through 1,000 storied miles, sail through miracles and trials. You were light, all our uncharted waters clear, all of our faults and fractured nights were beautified. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You were light. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I have so enjoyed playing for you today. Thank you to Ron Olesko and to the NERFA folks for giving this opportunity for all of us to connect. I am planning on being in the Northeast in July and August of 2022, and I am currently booking shows for that time, the very end of July, first 2 weeks of August. I would be delighted to come sing for you in person, say hi, and just connect the way that we love to connect over stories and songs. I'm going to leave you with this one last song. This is what I have learned coming out of the pandemic, or at least coming to this side of it. I think we can survive anything, including the event that is going to occur on April 13th in 2029. I'll tell you about that event in this song. This is called Asteroids and Chaos. An asteroid is coming. I read it in a magazine. It's gonna come incredibly close. Tall as the Empire State Building, chaos on the doorstep. I tell you we should hide, stockpile jars of jelly, clean the sleeping bag, stock up on wine. Who say this could be our big chance? Hot glue and cardboard boxes, together we can build a rocket. We can launch a rocket to the sky, or we can dig a cellar to hide in. Maybe just strike a balance, unroll the hammock, hold each other through the panic. Maybe it's a prophet with a prize. Hark the herald angels singing when the rocket of the cosmos sways us. Love will save us from asteroids and chaos. Asteroids and chaos. The pasta shelves are empty. There's panic on the news. I'm crying in the front yard, thinking about everything we'll lose. I hear music from the house. You swing the windows open wide, raise two crystal glasses. Say today you're pouring the good wine. You say if this is our last dance, then let's not waste a minute. If I get one wish, baby, you're in. If we can launch a rocket to the sky, or we can dig a cellar to hide in. Maybe we just strike a balance, unroll the hammock, hold each other through the panic. Maybe it's a prophet with a prize. Hark the herald angels singing when the rocket of the cosmos sways us. Love will save us from asteroids and chaos. And while we're alone together, I know what might make us feel better. We can launch a rocket to the sky, or we can dig a cellar to hide in. Maybe we just strike a balance, unroll the hammock, hold each other through the panic. Maybe it's a prophet with a prize. Hark the herald angels singing when the rocket of the cosmos sways us. Love will save us from asteroids and chaos. Asteroids and chaos. Asteroids and chaos. Ooh, ooh. Thank you so much for listening. I hope to see you in person in the Northeast in July and August of 2022. Stay in touch, enjoy the conference, and take good care.